Toothache in Fifth Symphony. Welcome to Soft Talk. A delirious mind is stuck in the intersection of time and space, as if it were a sapien caught in the midst of a ceaseless traffic that does not wait even for the god of death. Even as an overwhelmed cop tries to bring some semblance of order on the road at Sanobharyang, amid a cloud of emissions and dust, vehicles run past, several of them with images of different deities and prayers, all of them wishing for divine protection for us all from harm, on and off the road. I have a close shave, but what worth an ordinary life is in this land of the free and the home of the brave. Nearby, a stream follows, a stream flows, carrying water, filth, and whatnot. It has been flowing for ages with no authority, having the ingenuity to harness the waters, to build a micro-hydro irrigation facilities, or just a plain and simple mini water supply project. Downstream, a small temple dedicated to Vishwakarma, the chief engineer cum architect of the deities, stands with ironic majesty amid other soaring structures, old and new. Apparently, even Vishwakarma the Great cannot instill a bit of imagination and innovation in a great people as they keep searching beyond their home streets for opportunities befitting them. Veering off is no good thing as it can lead to accidents. So I return to the road again. As if these deities of ours were not already having a hard time managing, perhaps from their invisible realm, light years apart from our planet, a world that is never at rest with itself and the great beyond, including the God's own country called Nepal. As for an officer busy regulating traffic, he too is a sapien, and sapiens, as we all know, don't we, can make mistakes. Had some great sapiens not made some great mistakes, including the two great wars, they call them world wars, and numerous conflicts, the rest of us would not be where we are, between a rock and a hard place. If they commit some more mistakes, who knows if Stone Age won't come to us? What if these celestial beings take their eyes off the world? One wonders. A thinking mind can raise no nonsense counter questions. Questions like, what is the proof that the celestial beings indeed exist? What clinching evidence is there suggesting that they are watching over the world and beyond from their comfy realms? If they existed indeed, and indeed had great powers, would they not have been able to avert as at least some of the tragedies that fell on this God fearing nation, leave alone the world beyond. Alas, a delirious mind cannot answer such questions as all it seeks is immediate relief. By the way, if you have not subscribed to this channel, I request you to subscribe to it, comment on our presentation, and press that like button. Your support means quite a lot to us. Now let's continue with this stream of consciousness. That is what I call it. Intelligent people ask the right questions at the right time to the right people, don't they? The powers that be, helping solve problems, building trust, and gaining clear insight in the process. Ah, the powers that be. They are quite busy these days and do not have time for foolish questions. They never had. This one. Quite busy, aren't they? From a short period of splendid isolation to a flurry of engagements. From the center of political powers to a center of divine power on the lap of the Himalayas and locations beyond. Amid an intensifying race for global supremacy between three great powers, big and small. Is our political leadership in its holiday retreat, in its newfound Camp David, or in some serious diplomatic exercise, or both? Quite noteworthy is a strain of diplomacy that has become an in thing for us these days. Amid an unsettling chorus, a warm welcome to a top gun from the next door neighbor, and thundering slogans of youths demanding that the government, what is that demand? The youths are demanding that the government allow their recruitment into a foreign army in keeping with a decades old practice. No appeal from a government of young Turks to the protesters to solve Nepal and the Nepalese with promises of suitable job opportunities at home. Then comes border talks amid a confusing statement from the foreign minister to the sovereign parliament regarding what else but the possession of the original copies of the Treaty of Sugauli and the Nepal-India Treaty of Peace and Friendship. You see, we are patriots of a different kind. The goings on are too much to process for a humble observer, grappling with a toothache, trying hard to not fall under the scalpel, added by added too little by Victorian to modern remedies to yoke. They are all there on the internet, not to mention an arsenal of music from home and beyond. The ache persists and so do our questions, our existential questions. Where are we heading as a nation brought almost to her knees as a result of sustained large scale violence that needs an ecosystem beyond borders to sustain? From a tunnel of darkness to a deeper, darker tunnel of darkness, where will this journey end? These are some of the questions to our vis-a-vis our existential crisis. I think it will be quite opportune for me to show you this map of Nepal. Nepal before the war with the Brits. This map, the image is taken from uh, a fort in Butpal, that is Jitpur Gadi, Jit Gadi, as they call it. There are like pictures of what happened, depicting what happened during that war in this place as part of that Anglo-Nepali war, and how those women and children and senior citizens, lactating moms, fought for a nation and her peoples. Such acts of bravery are indeed rare, even if we turn on the pages of world history. So, just a glimpse of that war with the Brits and how this atrocious war ended up Nepal losing two-thirds of her territory to a modern army despite their bravery, despite the bravery of women, children, senior citizens, and soldiers. This is just to remind us all that like we fought tooth and nail to just remain independent. That is the point. All right. Now, this is the present map, the political map of Nepal. So we have come a long way and we still have a long way to go, I think. So this, uh, after these questions, one more key question, and I end this uh, soft talk thus. Will a political leadership that maintains a deafening silence most of the time bother to clarify on the questions I raised? Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.